Alright guys, hopefully you can hear this squeaking. Pretty nice. I think I got a speedometer squeak. Alright everybody, we're gonna dive into something else today. So we've got this, there's no good lighting place for this. We got an issue with the speedometer. I think, so we got squeaking coming from behind the dash. From what I've seen, that's probably something to do with the speedo cable. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the dash. It looks like the way we got to do that is there's a screw right there. There's another one. Where's that thing? It's over there. And then up under here, you can see there's four of them. Five, sorry. There's five. So we'll pull all those and see if we can get the black piece here out, and then work on the cluster. Okay, gang. So here's the dash apart. So it was those screws I showed you, and then there was one more screw. It's right there on the side. Once I did that, then you can kind of shimmy this thing up and get it out. There it is, right there. So just those screws, two on the bottom. See the holes there, the 5 up top, and then that one right there on the side. And now we're at this point where we kind of get to the clean this thing, good grief. Get to the back of the cluster here with should just be those, like those two screws, and there's a screw there and a screw on this side right there. So let me undo those and see if we can get to the back of this cluster and get to the speedo cable. All right, so I'm back with you, and there you go. So you got 3 electrical connections. They're all up at the top. So what you got to do is push down on this piece here and then pull the connector out. Same for all 3 of them. I mean, you got to wiggle them around a little bit, and then you get to this, and same thing. You just push down on that. And what I found was I could get a finger back there and push down on that, and you can see how that opens that piece up. And then I kind of just pulled on the cluster, just wiggled it back and forth, not like crazy, but just, you know, kind of wiggled it to try to get it to a point where felt like it was wiggling out, not breaking or nothing. So that's that. Dash is out, not one plastic clip, all screws. I don't know, pretty easy. You can see, you can keep going from here if you wanted to really pull the whole dash out and all that, but so far so good. Got everything out. Now what I'm going to do is spin the middle piece there on the speedo cable, which is this one right here. Kind of spin that around and see if I can figure out if that's where my leak is. I've heard people put, you know, lubricants down on, or not my leak, my squeak, but some people put lubricants down in there. So we'll see what I can try to figure out. May even take it for a drive in this configuration. Should still crank and run as far as I know, and see if that thing is squeaking now or not. But that's that. Gauge cluster sitting right there. It's really not that hard. Just need screwdrivers and a little bit of patience, and you'll get it all out. So let me dig into this thing a little more, and obviously clean. All right, so we took this thing for a drive. I can still hear some squeaking and stuff, so whatever's squeaking is still in the dash. I can see the speedo cable spinning and stuff like that. So what I did is I went and got some of this Lockies. This is the liquid kind. So it goes down in there as a liquid, and then the liquid part like evaporates away, leaves a graphite. Anyhow, this is what I picked because I can squirt it down into the little hole there. Got it, you know, it comes with this little straw, so I can get that down in there and squirt some. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I'm gonna drive it a little bit more. That'll help work it in, as well as let me see if the squeak is going away. So let me get that in there. All right, everybody, we're back. So I squirted that stuff in there. It did make the cable seem quieter. But the cable wasn't necessarily squeaking. It was just kind of like a different kind of noise, not a squeak. So that quieted the cable down, which then let me hear a little bit better. And then also just driving a little bit, I noticed the squeak was more like a bump related thing, not a constant thing. So then you probably can't see, but I looked in here and you can kind of see maybe. We'll get it off, but the speaker in there is dangling. It's not in the hole. So I think the speaker is bouncing around and that's causing the squeaking. So let me get this panel off here, which it's just a couple extra screws. I think like one right there, one right there, there's one up there. And I think that's enough to get it undone. I mean, if I have to, there's probably some more over like up there or something, but let me see what we can do about getting in here and looking at that speaker, which is clearly not in the hole appropriately. So yeah, let me get the screwdriver and get in here. All right, so here you can see the speaker is not the right size, so therefore somebody just used one screw and then just has it sitting there dangling. I'm gonna guess maybe that's where the squeaking's coming from. Not really sure how I'm gonna fix this per se. Might just have to take this speaker all the way out. I was thinking about ordering new speakers anyway, but yeah. So let me see what I can do here with this. Probably just have to take it out. All right, folks, went ahead and I just popped out the other 3 screws over here. Just 2 of them to the right of the e-brake handle and then one up under there. So that lets this come down. I haven't even disconnected that cable. Don't really think I need to. But what this does also is let me get a little bit further back here. I don't have that piece of plastic under tension, risking breaking it. So anyway, we'll continue to touch everything under here and see if I can find anything else that's wiggling, but for right now, that's the only thing that looks obviously loose. So I'm gonna get that out and then probably go drive it again and see if it's still squeaking. All right, I'm back. I went on another quick drive. There's still a little bit of a squeak happening. I can't really find it. Nothing seems loose. I've reached around to everything inside of there. It's way better than it was. There used to be a lot more squeak, and it's a lot less of a squeak now. So I don't know if it was the speedo cable doing it, because it wasn't like tied directly to the speed. It's not like it was a steady squeak. It's more like a bump related squeak, but I don't know. So yeah, if you want to see what the back of your gauge cluster looks like, that's it. You know, as you can see, all this stuff in here, this is for the one without the tack, obviously. And then each one of these little black things, they're not over there, but these, and then these here, those are light bulbs. All ours work as far as I know. This thing looks really nice on the back. So I'm just gonna put it all back in and see if maybe having the gauge cluster hooked up to it will stop that last little bit of squeak. I don't know. When I was driving it, I tried to like put my thumb on the internal cable on the speedometer there and like add a little pressure, and that seemed to help a little bit. So at this point, all I know to do is button it back up. Regardless of whether it fixes my problem or not, this is how you get the gauge cluster out. What you can do to try to fix a squeak in your speedo cable, and hopefully it helps you. We'll see if it helps me, but let me get it all put back together and then we'll show you that we got that done. 1, 2, 3, bam, it's all back together. So pretty easy to get that apart, back in. Yeah, you got to kind of wiggle your fingers around behind there to get the all the gauges and stuff plugged back in, but you can do it. You just gotta, I mean, if you got super fat hands, be a challenge for sure, but otherwise you just gotta work your way around in there and get them all plugged back in. I did the speedometer cable first. What I also did was pull the little inner cable out just a little bit so it was sticking out. That way I could guide that into the hole in the middle of the gauge cluster side of the connection, and then go ahead and push the rest of it on. You'll hear it click. Same with the other 3 connectors. Get them in the right place, push them in, you'll hear them click. That means they're all set, ready to go. So I'm gonna go take this on one last drive, make sure the speedometer and stuff works, and then from there we'll see if the squeak keeps happening or not. I don't know. Let's go test drive one last time.